searching for pottery on eBay. Okay, so this is a screenshot video clip that I prepared earlier in the week. We here have the ebay.co.uk homepage. First of all, we need to find the pottery category. Scroll down to pottery, porcelain and glass, and let's click on search. Apart from the amazing finds, it defaults to show some specific potters, since we haven't put in any kind of specific information. So on the first line, porcelain, Royal Dalton, Wedgwood, Royal Albert, Royal Crown, Derby. On the second line, under pottery, Bridgewater, Moorcroft, Beswick and Studio. Let's type in a specific search term. I'm going to type in Victorian to see where that appears in what is searchable for each specific product. And we start coming up with Pariahware Victorian antique blue and white floral vase. But what I'm mostly interested in is, on the left-hand side, the numbers of products that are on sale on eBay. So there are 4,532 vases, over 5,000 figurines, just under 5,000 plates. And if I change that term to a specific manufacturer like Minton, what does that do? Okay, so over 16,000 results for Minton. I'm going to put these, rather than best match, to lowest price, postage and packing, so including postage and packing. So there are products listed for 99p, £1, £1.50, £1.49, heaps and heaps of Minton product, 891 examples of Minton. So Minton are one of the biggest potters in the Victorian era, but there are plenty to choose from, to click on and see what might be interesting to buy. So I'm just going to click on one example, Minton Greenwich tea plate at £1. Here we are. That's what it looks like. Greenwich range, Minton founded 1793, bone china, made in England. That's interesting, because that will tell you that made in England, it probably is not within the 19th century, but hey, this is why you have to be slightly careful about descriptions that are put online by sellers. Okay, so some guidance on what you might want to look for. As you can see from the eBay search, there are literally tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of pots that people are trying to sell on eBay, as well as other sites. So the short answer is buy what you like. But in terms of some suggestions of what other people do collect, you could collect a single theme, like I heard the other day that there are such things as sardine boxes in the Victorian era. pots that would have pictures of fishes on them, which are must be interesting and are relatively rare to collect, or such things as gravy jugs or lettuce plates or cabbage plates, or in the Majolica style that you can collect, or you can look at a single person or a potter. So my interest has been in the Bevington family of potters, which is where I've learnt what I have learnt. But you can look at a single person and collect information in relation to a single person, single styles or fashions. I think, Diana, you are a collector of a particular style of pottery. You can tell us a little bit about that in a minute. Or you can look at a single pottery or location. Potters were based in the Potteries in North Staffordshire, but they were also located in other towns and cities around the UK, and indeed in other countries, although that's outside the scope of what I'm talking about this evening. If you are already a collector, tell us what you do collect in the comments, or if you're watching this after it's been published on the Author on the Potteries YouTube channel, please leave a message in the comments below the video on what subjects are interesting for you. That'll be interesting to all of us. What to avoid? Okay, so some general guidance on what you do not want to be doing, really. If your pottery is worn, i.e. heavily used, or damaged, particularly broken, where it's been stuck together with glue or stapled, it's probably not a good investment. It will be reflected in the price, but you don't actually know that because you're buying something one of a kind. They won't all have been damaged or used necessarily in the same way. So best to avoid a product that is damaged. I only buy pottery that is in good conditions, where I can read the diamond mark on the bottom. It's not worn or rubbed out. That's a sign that the pottery is in good condition. Don't buy unattributed goods or goods where you cannot prove the manufacturer. If you're completely taking pot luck if you're buying pottery with no mark on the bottom, or a mark that you don't recognize, or you just think it might be from XYZ potter because it looks like something else that somebody else has got. Well, as I said earlier, there were heaps of imitations going on from even the leading potters that you would not necessarily expect to be copying fellow potters, but it went on all the time. You know, it wasn't compulsory to register your design with the Board of Trade. It didn't happen with all potters, all the trade, all the time. Lastly, don't compete with every other collector. If you're competing with every other collector, the price will be going up and up and up. It's probably not a good investment because at some stage the price may go down. Not that you're necessarily collecting to make money, but you know, choose something that's of interest to you that other collectors are not necessarily interested in. There's a whole collection of possible themes and potters and types of pottery that I mentioned earlier. Choose one that others aren't collecting. You can follow very easily pottery on eBay by doing a search and then asking eBay to notify you whenever new pottery is being listed by that particular search, that when it comes up again, so you can follow the price of pottery as it and get a feel for the market, researching the market. Finally, what should you be paying? Okay, pricing, just some guidance on pricing. Don't pay any price. It's a hobby. Expect to be outbid occasionally, especially by dealers. Dealers will purchase all the time product on eBay that they think is underpriced so that they can make some money by a turn on the price. Because they have sophisticated systems on eBay, they can put in bids at the last minute, within the last seconds of the offer to buy phase, and you are not going to have similar sophisticated software to compete with dealers if they really want to buy product. So be prepared to let good product go, the product that you want to buy. Quite often, if it's a dealer, for example, it will reappear. They're buying product because they want to sell it and they think they can sell it at a higher price. So it will appear again in a week or two's time. Look out for it. Let excellent pieces go. And in terms of eBay pricing, and normally the practice is to bid the highest price that you're prepared to pay at the end of the bidding period. So if there's a product that is asking for an offer price of £60 and you're prepared to pay £80 and nobody else has bid, you can put in a bid for £80. eBay will take £60 as your bid and will not ask for £80. But if someone comes in at the last minute and bids 65, it will come back and take money out of your £60 and offer 68. So it's just saying that you're prepared to pay that money, and that may be enough to beat the person that's just bid £65 because you're prepared to pay up to £80. So bid not the next price you're prepared to pay. You bid the highest price you're prepared to pay. That's just how it works on eBay. Lastly, if you have ordered pottery and it gets damaged in transit and you see that when you're opening your box, you can see damaged goods, immediately start taking photos of the damaged pottery within the boxes and immediately go back to your seller and ask for a full refund. So I've had this happen to me numerous times where disappointingly something that I bought has been purchased. You will get a full refund. I've had situations where I've ordered two of a kind. One product is damaged. The other one has not been damaged. I still asked for a full refund and got a full refund. So you've just not received what you ordered, so you're entitled to ask for a refund. That is all I have to say on the subject of Victorian pottery, collecting Victorian pottery.